never a dull moment in Las Vegas, Nevada, but they are looking for that winning moment. 0-4-3 are the Las Vegas Lights FC in their last 7, have not found 3 points since March 31st. Could this be the match that swings the tide against Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC here at Cashman Field? Tyler Terrence along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr, so glad that you can join us here on this Saturday night in Nevada as Las Vegas are looking for a way back into the win column. Colorado Springs, on the other hand, looking to find their second road win of the season. The last time these two teams met, which was just a couple of weeks ago, Devin, it was Luke Vercoloni in the 70th with the game winner.
Much like a heavyweight boxing match, the two teams were sparring all night long. The deadlock was broken in the 70th minute. Jordan Schweitzer is going to take a shot at the flex-off, finds Vercoloni, he's able to pick out the far post, beat Ricardo Ferrigno, and they were able to grab a very vital 3 points at home.
And Luke Vercoloni has been in sensational form. Despite that game against OKC Energy FC in which they were shut out, he has 3 goals in the last 3 games.
4 on the year overall. Add an assist to his efforts as well, and the reason is because he's so universal in his efforts. Steve Tritchu moves him all over the pitch. You'll see him on the right, up top, and they move him all over the field. Tritchu told us that they'd like to utilize him as much as possible. No more U.S. Open Cup, long miles on those legs, so got to take advantage when he's on the pitch.
Well, we talked about Las Vegas Lights FC struggles as of late. Here you can see the numbers that are behind that struggle, and really it's just a matter of finding any sort of way to get a result tonight.
Teams have figured out exactly what their formula for performances, we'll say, were. Unfortunately, they weren't always getting 3 points, but look, someone that has helped them and really stepped into a good position has been Daigo Kobayashi. You see the 2 goals versus Los Dos last week, but he's really done much more than that. They're looking for someone to turn the lights back on. He brings an electric atmosphere to the field. He does a great job dictating what goes on in the middle with conjunction of Carlos Alvarez, because he's been quiet. He was kind of the lone person getting the things done. So the 2 of them have really done it in the middle of the field. Now they need help from the rest of their teammates to get the job in 90 minutes. It's 11 guys on the pitch, not just the 2 boys in the middle.
Well, the 2 goals from Kobayashi were rather academic against Los Dos, as Efrain Alvarez, Ethan Zubak and company pumped in 7 in the last time Las Vegas Lights took the field. They're looking to find their first 3 points since March 31st. Switchbacks FC looking to make it 2 in a row over Vegas. It's all coming your way next.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Light soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Las Vegas Lights take on the Phoenix Rising FC Wednesday, June 13th at 7:30 p.m.
Brought down, shot, ripped in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
What is Zappos? Allow us to introduce ourselves. We're your one-stop shop for shoes, clothing, handbags, and a whole lot more. Simply put, Zappos is you, and we're here for you 24/7. Whether you need the latest and greatest in footwear or a new piece of luggage, we'll always ship it fast and free. Add to that free returns and a 1-year return policy, and you'll be set for a worry-free shopping adventure. So let us help deliver happiness to your front door. Shop on Zappos.com today.
Some people said ice hockey didn't belong in the desert. The Golden Knights win! They said pro sports had no business in Nevada.
The Golden Knights keep on winning.
A record-breaking one.
And that building a fan base here was a long shot.
And fans can't get enough.
The Golden Knights happened because we brought people together and worked as a team. That's how you get things done.
Woo. Woo.
Finley Chevrolet at 215 in South Rainbow.
Lights FC is brought to you by La Bonita, official grocery partner of Lights FC. By Plaza Hotel and Casino, the official hotel of the Lights in downtown Las Vegas. And by Zappos. Visit zappos.com/LV Lights FC. Almost set for kickoff in the second ever meeting between Las Vegas Lights FC and Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Tyler Terrence alongside former German pro Devin Kerr. And we are going to take a look at the starting lineups, beginning with Steve Tritchu's 5-6-2 Colorado Switchbacks, and Devin, a little bit of an interesting look. You're going to see Luke Valcarloni underneath Tobena Uzo, Ejeko, and Saeed Robinson, who provide a ton of pace out wide.
We talked about his ability to be moved all over the field. Recently, they've been using him on the right side of the pitch, but Saeed Robinson has been up top. Ejeko has been the one who's gotten most of the recognition. Saeed Robinson getting into the act last week versus St. Louis, getting on the goal. And then Josh Suggs, keep an eye on number 5. That is going to be a difficult one for Las Vegas Lights. Up and down the pitch all night long. You'll see him on the set pieces, corner kicks, everything. Vital to the squad.
And the Las Vegas starting 11 brought to you by Zappos, presenting the Zappos fan tailgate starting at 5:30 p.m. before every match. To purchase your favorite Lights merchandise, visit zappos.com/LV Lights FC 442. Pretty standard. They're trying to find any sort of way to get 3 points.
Not really many changes. They've shifted some of the guys around. Matt Thomas actually played in the middle of the field last week. They tucked him in a little bit, so it's normally going to be out on the outside, but Freddie Adu getting back into the starting lineup alongside Sammy Ochoa. Sammy Ochoa really hasn't gotten the most out of him this year. We would expect more of him. He's such a good goal scorer. Just sometimes wrong place, wrong place, wrong time. Not even right place, right time. A couple weeks ago, you and I were on the call. Ball knocked to the far post. Sammy's literally standing in the way and just knocks off him. That's kind of how it's been for Vegas past couple weeks.
Well, El Chelis, the technical director, has obviously heard the fans as of late and heard their frustrations. And on Thursday night, he actually took about 15 fans out to the Gold Spike, which is a bar in downtown Las Vegas, and had a conversation with the fans because they're obviously frustrated. 0-4-3 in their last 7. They laid it out all on the table. Fans like Joey Martell said it just shows that they care. And I don't think it could be more clear that Isidro and El Chelis care, but now it comes down to getting results.
They said, well, the coaches told us midweek actually that they were frustrated with the results. The fans deserve more, and Chelis actually made a money reference, financial reference, and said, it's time to pay my bills. And first and foremost, we have to pay the Lights fans. When you go out, got to put together a better performance. They underestimated the league, we'll say. They thought that the squad that they had was much better than they were, thought that the level was going to be much different. They realized they made a mistake. They've made some personnel changes over the past few weeks, released a couple guys, signed some. Some of them you're going to see this evening, others we won't see till the international transfer window.
UMC is the official hospital and emergency services provider of the Las Vegas Lights. Here's tonight's medical report, and as you can see, Alex Mendoza, Juan Jose Calderon, and Juan Carlos Garcia all unavailable. Mendoza and Garcia were both questionable coming in tonight. Juan Jose Calderon has been out for a number of weeks thus far, so that was no surprise, but Mendoza and Juan Carlos Garcia were the ones in question, and they will be unavailable for tonight's match. But this is a Vegas team who has certainly bolstered their lineup over the past couple of weeks to take on this Steve Trichu's side that has really been in good form as of late. They have 9 points in the possible 12 that they've been able to get in their past 4 games. Steve Trichu obviously had a terrific playing career. He's had an outstanding coaching career with the Switchbacks FC, and he's been able to find a way with this rather small roster to be able to get some good points.
They've been inconsistent, though, as well. You've seen them come out, and they've played teams, Sac Republic, and they've taken them to the ropes, and they've put good performances in, and then they come out and they lose to OKC Energy, who just can't find the exact, we'll say, formula to figure out what's going on this year. They can't get out of their own way, so you expect better out of Colorado Springs. Again, they carry all the right personnel, but just haven't been able to put it together.
We're officially underway from Cashman. Las Vegas going from right to left in the all-black kits. Colorado Springs Switchbacks in the all-white going from left to right. Tyler Terrence along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us for the second all-time meeting between these two clubs. Switchback coming away with the 1-0 win when we were back at Widener a couple of weeks ago. Luke Vercoloni with the sort of fortuitous goal in the 70th minute. An awkward game and a couple of awkward chances for Las Vegas Lights FC. We talked about Sammy Ochoa accidentally clearing it off of the line, trying to find the back of the Colorado Springs net. And it was just a bizarre game that clearly did not end well for Las Vegas Lights FC. It was part of a huge 3 points for Colorado as this long throw and sent in. And already a half-dangerous opportunity for the home side. Good pressure from Colorado Springs to try to win the ball back. It'll fall for Sammy Ochoa. Good overlapping run. Avila trying to square it across. But there is Stuart Sayus making his 7th appearance of the season. 3 clean sheets underneath his belt so far in 2018. And we'll take a look at the Findlay Toyota keys to the game. Findlay Toyota is an official partner for Las Vegas Lights FC. Devin, for Las Vegas, it's just a matter of finding any sort of way to find a win. And Colorado Springs only 1 win on the road this season, you got to find a way to push out all the distractions.
For Vegas, go back to the beginning of the season. Now, tactically, it may not have been what you wanted to see, but they found ways to win. They stayed in games, and they beat good squads. They started the year beating Fresno, nice tie versus Reno, and then they took down Swope Park Rangers. Everybody thought, wow, these are the darlings of the West. Let's see what else they can do. Have faltered off since then. So get back to the basics, continue with your game plan, but find a way to win. For Colorado Springs, disable the distractions. You're on the road. You got to find a way to win as well, but just you have the performances there. There are so many things that can come into play when you go on the road, so many different variables, your travel schedule, dealing with a hostile environment. Cashman Field has no shortage of that as emotions run rampant here, so they have to block out the distractions and just deal with the task at hand.
Well, something's got to give with a team that only has one road win this season and a side that hasn't won since March 31st. As this one sent through, not a bad ball, but Ricardo Farina, who's always playing in that sweeper-keeper role, had it covered from the get-go, and a goal kick coming for the always entertaining keeper. And Ricardo Farina going with the short haircut look as well.
New wife, new life.
You'll find out soon enough.
You were waiting for that one.
Schweitzer up for the header. Ball for Freddie Adu. And a little bit of miscommunication as Ochoa was checking in. The ball went over the top. And the fans here at Cashman, as always, providing a stellar atmosphere. Trying to spur their side on to a 3 points that has been eluding them for over 2 months now. They haven't gotten a point since May 5th. That was at Tulsa. Those were those back-to-back games with a red card against both the Monarchs and Tulsa. They were able to grind out results in both of those matches. As Huiki lets it go, it'll fall for Vercoloni as a little bit of miscommunication between Farino and the captain, Joel Huiki. But thump the other way. Here's Jordan Burt. Jake, what? Bit of a heavy first touch. Carlos Alvarez, 3 goals and 3 assists on this season. It's a clever little ball over the top, and it'll be a foul going in favor of Las Vegas Lights FC.
Nice little flick by Christian Torres, and saw Matt Thomas playing with his back to the goal, just dancing on the byline, and Taylor Hunter stepping up, using that big frame of his, getting in on the action. Right back a little bit pushy with his efforts.
Here's Kobayashi on the move. Dinks it across. Ochoa with the header, but right into the hands of Seus. Certainly a good sign for Las Vegas to try to get Sammy Ochoa going early, a man who had a number of goals last season with Sacramento and has scored basically in every stop he's made in the professional game. Has yet to find his first goal in a Las Vegas uniform. One of the few players to start and play in every game this season, but hasn't been able to find anything tangible just yet up top.
Crazy to think that everything we've seen from Las Vegas, start to finish, that Sammy Ochoa hasn't ended up on the stat sheet, at least in the goal category. We've seen more of that from Matt Thomas early on in the season, and then Carlos Alvarez has obviously been the lone light who's been, at least statistically, probably the best for the Las Vegas Lights. He and his younger brother, Efrain Alvarez, have taken over the Western Conference of the USL this year. His younger brother, the 15-year-old standout at Los Dos. Some good family genes and blood going on.
Standout is the understatement of the century as this one takes a deflection off of Jamal Jack, and Seus able to handle it. Avila was trying to let it run through, at least get a touch on it. Find one of his central midfielders, but Jordan Burt will put a foot on it, and I have a feeling that's going to be one of Steve Trichu's focal points for tonight, is trying to dictate the tempo, because Vegas, as we all know at this point, Devin, want to go so quickly and just play a helter-skelter brand of football, and for Colorado Springs Switchbacks to be able to sort of dictate their own tempo and at least try to slow them down is probably priority number one.
You deal what with you can when you have to, and just kind of take everything in stride. Talked about the distractions at the top of our broadcast and the ability to just maintain what's going on in front of you at present, and that's exactly what you're talking about. Steve Tritchu, he's been in these situations before, both as a player and most recently as a coach, and he knows what it takes. It's hard to travel anywhere you go, yet alone Las Vegas and Cashman Field. But if you get the guys like Schweitzer and Burt to just kind of stay composed in the middle, step on the ball, just restart things at times. Again, you don't want to get that emotion to come too deep into run of play. Las Vegas is going to throw a lot at you, so not coming in your direction, just got to stay calm.
Uzo was trying to hold up play. Well done by Alatorre, but it'll remain with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Good defensive work from Kobayashi. Need a little back heel for Alvarez, and off and running are Las Vegas Lights. Avila leading the charge, making his debut at Cashman. Avila, good ball into the box. Was hoping for Matt Thomas, but a good defensive play at the back post from Taylor Hunter to thwart the oncoming attack from the home side.
This is exactly what you want to see from Las Vegas. We talked about the emotion from Las Vegas, but that intensity going forward that Tyler referenced has become a little bit linear. They dictate it basically in straight lines. Right there, you saw a lot of overlapping runs. Great ball by Eric Avila, and you actually had Kobayashi crashing the party right at the top of the box. So two different options for Avila with that ball being played in. That's good from Las Vegas.
Flick on header right to Seus. Again, it's Sammy Ochoa getting in the mix, but just couldn't get enough zip behind that headed ball. Well won by Marco Jaime, but the foul committed by Thomas.
Good look at AJ Ajayqua. Just a high boot, being pressured in by Matt Thomas, arriving late on the tackle.
Chalise and Isidro love the physicality that Thomas brings as this shot blocked by Alatorre in front before it could get to Ferrigno. Back into the mixer, and Ferrigno able to claim it. Distribution going the other way. Not a bad ball intended for Ochoa. He's in a foot race with Pascal Ibusi, 20-year-old from Cameroon. And just safely plays it out. And between him and Jamal Jack, just an enormous amount of talent on this back line for Steve Tritchu. Sometimes we see them get caught tactically, defensively in not so great areas, but when it comes to recovery pace and being able to play out of the back, I mean, hard to think of two better center backs in the Western Conference.
Two better center backs, and how about the outside backs, Taylor Hunter and Josh Suggs. Josh Suggs, probably one of the most technically talented players in the USL, and that's coming from the left back position.
Flicked on. Again, it's Seus. We've seen Sammy Ochoa and Freddie Adu both on the near post, but there's been no secondary runner on this back post to be able to latch on to the well-won ball.
That goes back to the communication we talked about and their ability to just kind of figure out exactly where the pieces need to be at the right time. Linear was the word I used just a few moments ago, and you can kind of see everybody rotating around a little bit. Their center back Wiki stepping up into the middle, but that's something you don't have to teach that. That's kind of learned when you're young.
Avila, Ochoa. Well, I'll tell you what, Eric Avila has been mighty busy over on the right wing, trying to find the number 9, Ochoa.
You said it best, Eric Avila showing off his speed. Avila with over 150 appearances through his experience in MLS, and he does a good job. He'll stretch the field, but talented, able to pull the ball back, reset if need be. Ochoa, you can feel him knocking on the doorstep the opening moments of this game.
Freddie Adu back for Kobayashi. It's great technical work from Kobayashi to be able to bring that type of ball down. Alvarez skipping around Uzo. Bit of a wasted ball from Alatorre. Schweitzer. Thomas. A strong challenge from Taylor Hunter. Another opportunity for a long throw-in for Las Vegas Lights FC. We'll have to create that chaos right in front of the opposition. Torres, not a bad ball in. Kobayashi bringing it down. Back out for Torres, able to keep it in play. Another good ball in. Abusi getting there. Thomas towards the byline. Cut out by Abusi again. And El Chilis with a neat touch.
Not a bad look from Matt Thomas, but he's got to keep his head open there and just keep an idea about all the options present to him. We know he's got a huge left foot, and he tried to push the pace in that direction, but he had a load of opportunity to bring it back into the middle field, lay a ball off, or have a crack on his right foot. Instead, he likes to go outside, and ball's going to head the other direction.
Vegas were claiming it came off of the visitors last, but head referee in charge of tonight's match says otherwise. Farhad Dadko in charge of all the important decisions in the middle of the park tonight. Uzo letting it run through. Has a step on Alatorre, couple of step overs. Ochoa. And a good step from Christian Torres right at the last. Clipped in. Back out for Hunter. Sliding it along for Ochoa. Good defensive work from Alvarez and Ricardo Ferreño. Claiming the ball for his own. Quick distribution once again, hoping for Ochoa. And it's a foul called against Ochoa as it looked like him and Abusi got tangled up.
El Chilis very frustrated with our referee. Farhad Dadko, as the two were just tangling elbows a little bit in the middle of the field. Sammy Ochoa trying to go in the other direction, showing us that he's still got that pace. Ochoa, much like Daigo, came in to the season just, I don't want to say out of shape, but you could tell they were carrying a little bit extra weight, and obviously all the skills are still there, but when you don't have that speed to help give you the extra dimension, it's hard to utilize you in the manner that you'd like to. They've done a good job working back in, getting into a solid training regimen, and it showed on the field in their performance.
Get a look at Chilis's reaction after that rather controversial call. That's the first time we've seen him barking from the technical area tonight. Almost 15 minutes in here, a Cashman 0-0 between Colorado Springs Switchbacks and Las Vegas Lights FC. Las Vegas putting the majority of the pressure on the opposition thus far. Uzo. Long for Suggs. Suggs sending it across. Alatorre cuts it out. Still with Colorado Springs. Loose in the box. Uzo trying to find a way, but a very important challenge. It did come at a price. Alatorre and company claiming that it was a bit of foul play involved from Tobena Uzo. And I believe it's Christian Torres who's down behind the play. Farhad Dadko trying to restore order.
The Nigerian Toby Uzo, it's crazy. He stands 6'4", and you see that big frame he carries. A lot of balls are going to be floated in him. They'll expect him to hold the ball up and let the guys run in behind him, but just using those big long legs to stretch out a little bit. Gets tangled up in the middle of the Las Vegas box. That's a rough challenge. These studs go right on the ankle.
Christian Torres will seek some medical attention. The 21-year-old from Hidalgo, Mexico, came up for the Tijuana Youth Academy, making its 8th start and 8th appearance of the season. It's become an important part of that Vegas back line that really has a lot of work to do in terms of getting up and down the field, and it appears that Corey Jeffries has done her job properly, and Torres will be able to soldier on.
going to leave a mark tomorrow. He's going to wake up feeling that one. A couple war wounds when he pulls his boot off later on tonight.
Christian Torres back out onto the field. Certainly a good sign for this Las Vegas side, who have been riddled with injury over the past few weeks, and part of a reason for 4 new names being added to the roster since May 6th. Good interplay. Thomas sends it in, but it was offside. That's how quickly this Vegas team can transition from defense into offense.
A little bit better from Las Vegas Lights. Nice combination play. Sammy Ochoa, first ball played in off the head. Second ball down into Thomas. Thomas with a teasing ball to the back post. Stuart Sayers did a good job making the most of his opportunity to recognize the offensive threat that was coming. Made a good save. Unfortunately offside, but that's what you want to see. It's a different dimension from Las Vegas. Seems stretch the field a little bit more and help them push into the final third.
They have just been working this left-hand side if you're on the Vegas side of things. Right-hand side, if you're in favor of Colorado Springs. How much that has to do with just where the ball has been, or how much of it has to do with Josh Suggs, one of the best outside backs in the United Soccer League, over on the left side?
Don't forget, we're dealing with a little bit of a makeshift pitch over there as well, so you're going to have to deal with the baseball diamond creeping into play, and that's something to keep in the back of your mind as well. Again, not every team in the league has the opportunity to be able to put together the finest pitch we've ever seen, but it's nice nonetheless, and they do a good job here taking care of it. But similar to what you deal with at Slugger Field, almost at times you have to dictate your play in the other direction because the bounce is hard to deal with. And Eric Avila, we've seen him do some good stuff already, isolated in those one-on-one situations, but a lot of times you're trying to push the ball on the ground. Carpet gets a little muggy over there, harder to move the ball that direction.
Alvarez, right to the foot of Robinson. Colorado Springs going the other way. Toby Uzo couldn't get his footing right. Oh, that was a great chance for Colorado Springs to try to snatch a lead in the 20th minute. Thumping header from Jamal Jack. Veteran for Coloni, finding a Jaquwa. Toby Uzo did pick up a yellow card on that play that had Christian Torres come off the playing field for just a few moments. Here he is, encouraging Suggs forward. His ball cut out by Alatorre. That's Colorado Springs at their best. Ball comes in, ball goes out to the overlapping outside back. Last touch is going to be off of Vegas. Corner kick coming up for Colorado Springs.
Really impressive stuff by Colorado Springs, going in transition in the other direction. And I like this ball on the back post to a Jaquwa, but you almost wonder 2 things. One, Toby Uzo isn't the fastest player on the field. We talked about his ability to have that quick acceleration. His top-end speed isn't what you expect out of him, though. He's 6'4". It's hard to get there. Why not either one? Take that touch in front of you and have a crack, but let the overlapping run develop by Schweitzer. Let him take it, or let a little touch go to Schweitzer. Let him step in and have a crack on goal.
Suggs, outswinger. Ibusi elevated for it, just couldn't put it on frame. So many aerial options on this Colorado Springs roster. Ibusi and Jamal Jack specifically throwing Toby Uzo as well, and then Suggs providing the delivery.
And you've got guys, 2, 3, 4 players on the field that stand 6'3" and taller. All you have to do if you're Josh Suggs, just float something into the middle of the box and let someone run onto it. That's what you saw right there. Such a height advantage. You want to try and push numbers forward when you can. And obviously the corner kicks are a good spot to look at. Watch for them on set pieces as well. Colorado Springs get pretty crafty when they get the opportunity to do so.
And the foul against the Jaquwa as Christian Torres was able to Put the nutmeg through him. Good set piece opportunity for Las Vegas Lights FC. Joel Huiki and company moving forward. Vegas just 10 goals this season. Scored by their own players, 11 in total, including an own goal. This one whipped in, but Sayus again using that big 6'4", 6'5" frame to be able to elevate above the pack and snatch it out of the air.
Commanding box work by Sayus, and he's the one they brought him in. Had such a great season last year with San Francisco Deltas, and they came over and they brought him in to be the starter and challenge Moise Poati, but started off the season a little bit rocky, to say the least. Poati won back the starting role, and then Steve Trichu telling us that the two of them just weren't displaying on a regular basis that they were capable of being the starting goalkeeper, and it was up for grabs. Sayus has done a good job winning back that role.
Freddie Adu in some space. Goes down by Schweitzer. Slip through, Ochoa, can he get there? Sayus gets a touch to it. Sayus off of his line, Ochoa sends it across, but it's Josh Suggs breaking it up. Well, Cashman appreciate the effort, nothing to show for it yet for the home side, but putting a lot of pressure on this Colorado Springs back line.
In the past, we've been very critical of Freddie Adu and his ability to make an impact on matches, but you see, he still has such great vision. Even though he's been around for so long, you still have to remember he's only 28 years old. Takes a good look up, finds Sammy Ochoa on the diagonal run, and unfortunately Ochoa, after he gets by the goalkeeper, just kind of has to sit and lay and wait for someone to step into the box and help him out. Didn't have anybody stepping in.
Alvarez, good ball in, it's Carlos Alvarez again for Las Vegas. 1-0 lead in the 24th. And it's the man who time and time again provides an offensive spark for the team out of Nevada. 1-0 to the home side. And Las Vegas Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas.
The California native doing a good job here, finding his Mexican counterpart, trying to pick out Wiki on the back post, and you see it's such a dangerous ball swung in. Josh Suggs trying to knock off the counterpunching run, and of all the praise we've given Sayus and his goalkeeping ability, that is a no-no by the goalkeeper. You have to come out, be more commanding in your box, but Carlos Alvarez is able to jump on the score sheet, and the Lights are able to get out to an early lead.
And Stuart Sayus still down after the goal from Alvarez. And he appears to be in some pain. Moise Poati did travel with the team, so he's available should Sayus not be able to continue. But credit to Carlos Alvarez, who just whipped it into a dangerous area. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck to try to get off the schneid from a win perspective like Las Vegas Lights are currently in right now, but we'll get another look as to exactly what happened to Sayus.
See him dive into that back post, just falls on that shoulder. You can see he's in agony and pain right away, grabbing his left hand as well. Got caught up underneath his body, falling on it, and he is in a boatload of pain.
Carlos Alvarez scoring his 4th goal of the season. He's got 3 assists as well. And Sayus putting that glove back on, going to attempt to continue, but you can see the agony in his face. Just simply trying to put the glove back on. Can't imagine what it would look like if he were to see a shot. Looks like the athletic trainer from Colorado Springs is going to try to tape up that left hand. It looks like Sayus is going to at least try to continue. Moise Poati, meanwhile, on the Colorado Springs bench, warming up, getting loose. Should he be called into action?
Not a move that Steve Tritchu wants to make on the road. 27 minutes into a match, down 1-0, having to use a very vital sub. Your backup goalkeeper. Tell him to sit down and relax a little bit. See if Stuart Sayos can kind of grit and grind the remaining portion of this game. A lot of time left on the clock, though.
Now La Torre taken down from behind by Luke Vercoloni. Checking on the outside back. Well, Vegas is a team that loves to ride the momentum of a game and really feed off of crowd energy. And maybe not the best case scenario for the home side when they score a goal to have that long of a break in between the goal and restarting play. Although you could see Carlos Alvarez right after he scored the goal going to Ricardo Ferreño and the rest of his side, pointing to his head, saying, let's try to maybe slow things down a bit, control the tempo, and not maybe give a goal back right away.
You want to use that emotion and momentum to your advantage and harness the energy in a different manner from we've seen from Las Vegas in the past. Like you said, Tyler, a lot of times you get that crucial goal or just a game-changing play. All of a sudden, mentally and physically, you run yourself out of the park and play yourself out of the game. So good job from Carlos Alvarez to stay calm and composed, and as you said, just kind of help continue to steer his team in the right direction.
I think the biggest thing that stuck out as we have a foul against Colorado Springs in our conversation with Isidro Sanchez in the middle of the week, Devin, was, sort of comparing Las Vegas Lights to the rest of the intrigue in Vegas and saying that you need to sort of ride the line between being spectacular and being ridiculous. And he put so much of the fault on himself, on his father, and on the coaching staff. And going back to our point of trying to harness the energy in a different way, and I think it relates directly back to that topic, is that after you score a goal, after you have the lead, as Alvarez sends this ball in, and it'll be handled by Ajeko in the end, is find a way to manage the game and play the game within the game and not always just trying to provide the utmost of entertainment value, because the utmost of entertainment value at the end of the day is 3 points.
You don't want it to turn to an emotional melee or physical melee, which a lot of their games have. They haven't been able to harness it. They need to dictate the run and state of play to other teams, not just reacting to what's going on in the game, but actually get out in front and maintain a lead.
Avila, his delivery blocked, and a corner kick coming up for Vegas, who have responded extremely well after scoring the goal.
Give yourself an opportunity to show other teams what you're capable of. And again, you don't always want to have to make that game-changing play. You don't want to have to make that tactical sub to get you over the hump. Why not get out in front and make other teams chase you instead of you laying chase to them?
Well, we'll keep an eye on Stuart Sayus, who's dealing with that injured left hand that had to be taped up by the athletic trainer. Alvarez, outswinger. Huiki was there. This was Jamal Jack as the two of them bash heads. It looked like Jamal Jack got the brunt end of it. Sayus directing traffic with his back line. And Sayus continues to walk away from the goal. And we are going to have a hydration break here at Cashman. And it'll be interesting to see whether Sayus continues. It's a rather awkward play, and because he landed on it in such bizarre fashion, we couldn't really see exactly the manner in which it bent. And you could still see him grimacing over on the touchline.
Physically disturbed. You saw him tuck it right underneath right away, just dealing with an agony of pain. And that's where you look to Steve Tritchu and goalkeeping coach Trey Harrington to step in and, are you okay? Can you continue? Again, if we need to make a change, let's do it now. Let's give ourselves an opportunity to get out in front of this thing instead of waiting till halftime. But again, see how the goalkeeper responds, and you see him going to the back post. Not a lot of traffic, not a lot of confusion. So not the best decision making by the goalkeeper. Hard to tell exactly what went on in that glove.
Well, the West Haverstraw, New York native is certainly going to be needed in this one, as Vegas have been really all over Colorado Springs from the outset. A couple of chances for Steve Tritchu's side in the opening moments of this first 45 minutes, but really it's been Vegas with a lot of balls being whipped into the box, and Stuart Sayers, for the most part, having been called into action a lot in terms of commanding his area. Good header won by Matt Thomas. Freddie Adu getting stuck in. Now encouraging Thomas forward. Looking to take on Taylor Hunter. Matt Thomas trying to send it across, but well defended by Ibusi, Hunter and company. Still work to do for Hunter. Clears away, but only as far as Alvarez, who's the lone goal scorer of the night thus far. Ochoa trying to find Avila. Cannot keep it in play, and a goal kick coming for Sayus.
Taylor Hunter at the right back position for Colorado Springs needs to be really careful when he gets into the situation. He has to take Matt Thomas one-on-one. Thomas will beat him in a leg race, most likely with the ball at his feet as well. Thomas carries a load of pace. You get a look at the new acquisition, Eric Avila. He's been with them a few games now. And we talked about all the moves that they had to make, and said that El Chalice and Isidro, they're taking the blame for everything that's gone on so far when things have gone to bad to worse. Made some personnel changes, released a few players, signed a couple as well. Guys that can make an immediate impact, that are seasoned in the USL, MLS experience too. And they told us that, you know, we made the mistakes, but we're going to right the wrongs. We're going to get out and make sure we start doing right by this community. We've seen that so far in this game. Immediate impact from a lot of the guys on the pitch.
Uzo was taken down, wanting a foul from Farhad Dakko. Not going to receive one. Matt Thomas leading the charge the other way. Trying to find Freddie Adu, but that's a strong step from Taylor Hunter. And spraying it out wide for Saeed Robinson. Vegas trying to get back behind the ball. In for Uzo, but shielded off by Alatorre. And easy work for Ricardo Farinho in the end. Your Southern Nevada nonprofit organization can get $5 back with every ticket purchased at lightsfc.com. Visit lightsfc.com/kickback for details. Carlos Alvarez's goal in the 24th minute right now, separating these two sides in their second all-time meeting. Colorado Springs coming away with a 1-0 win just a couple weeks ago. It was Luke Vercoloni with the game winner in the 70th minute. It's been Las Vegas at home here at Cashman, dictating the tempo. Colorado forcing Las Vegas to come out of their shell a bit here. Alatorre. The ball in for Ochoa, trying to hold things up. Won by Josh Suggs. Schweitzer in for Ajekwa. Oh, it's a good ball forward for Vercoloni. Numbers the other way. Vercoloni back for Ajekwa. Looking for an avenue, and it's saved by Farinho. Patient play from Colorado Springs, but Ricardo Farinho able to make his first real big save of the night.
Well done by Farinho and goal. Jaco's going to want this one back. Vercoloni plays the ball across. Should have hit it first time. It bounced a little bit, so he tries to bring it down. And then should have released it almost immediately, but it gave Las Vegas a chance to regroup. Good job stepping back. You see them close down the passing lane, forcing the shot, and Farinho was up to the task.
Thomas over the top for Ochoa, but the flag is up on the far side. We see that a lot from Sammy Ochoa. He's always sitting on the last defender, usually one of the two central defenders, and well, he can get caught sometimes. You can only imagine what's going through his mind. 11 games in and still hasn't scored his first goal of 2018, and a man who has really been synonymous with goal scoring at every stop he's made with every team in every league. Robinson. Was it a bad idea for Vercoloni and Ricardo Farinho? will dare somebody from Colorado Springs to put some pressure on him. And the dare is answered by Toby Uzo.
It's one of those things that you just got to keep an eye on. With Sammy Ochoa, you don't want your forward, your number 9 playing up top to lack the confidence. And we definitely don't see that. You don't see his head down. You don't see him like kind of slowing down in his efforts. He's still putting forward a good performance, just hasn't been able to score. As long as you just kind of step off, sometimes you can kind of press that a little bit too much. And next thing you know, it's creeping into the forward's head every single time he touches the ball. You don't want doubt in there whatsoever. Just kind of continue on. You don't want to be methodical about the efforts. But at the same point in time, you don't want to push it too much. Just keep giving him confidence verbally and physically, surround him with the right people, and hope that he can break this streak of his.
Vegas let it bounce. Robinson brings it down for Uzo. Now for Coloni. Hunter bending it in, but the runs were being recycled by Steve Trichu's side. Only as far as Suggs. He whips in a decent ball, won by Huiki. Now Kobayashi. Ochoa. Avila.
You can hear Chalice on the sideline. He's upset because that ball to Matt Thomas that everybody was trying to play, needed to play it about 10 seconds before in transition. Daigo took a look up. He should have put the ball right across the pitch. Instead, he keeps it outside to Avila. And then from there, it's just a makeshift offense trying to figure out what to do. Got to be quicker in transition.
Usually a side that is so in tune with where their runners are going and where the space is on the field. It was surprising to see the ball stay on that side of the field. You could see the frustrated look on El Chalice's face.
Interestingly enough, after the goal, we've seen them downshift a little bit, which is a good thing, but they've lost that presence that they carry going forward. So they're able to put the ball on the carpet and move it around a little bit better. But again, like you said, going forward, they aren't looking as dangerous.
Schweitzer came over from OCB in the offseason, finding Jordan Burt. Heavy first touch there from Ochoa, who thought that he had Toby Uzo running with him. Download the Lights app, powered by NV Energy, for exclusive content during every game, plus all your Lights news, social media, tickets, and more. 40th minute, Carlos Alvarez's goal in the 24th, the difference between these two sides. Tyler Terrens along with former German pro Devin Kerr, so glad to have you with us as Las Vegas looking to snap this 7-game skid without a win. Go all the way back to March 31st. The last time that they were able to secure 3 points. The last time they secured a point was May 5th against Tulsa. Coaching staff at Las Vegas Lights certainly knows that the time is now to start pumping out results. We do have a bye week next week, so this will be a good opportunity to get 3, regroup, find out what exactly worked against this Colorado Springs side and try to replicate it, as their next match will be at Phoenix. Certainly a tall task ahead of them. Avila. Crowd on their feet here at Cashman as Las Vegas enter a danger zone. Avila tries to send it across, delivery denied, but a corner coming up. And a little bit of pushing and shoving afterwards from Ibusi and Avila.
Solid sportsmanship stepping over there, and he said, you know, I'm sorry, my bad. Extracurricular activity is always fun for the fans and the players, especially right around halftime. I'm sure the Get Lit Zone is enjoying that right about now.
Almost got a little bit too lit.
That's probably the last person that I would want to pick a fight with in this match. And I'm tall, but that's a big boy.
I'll tell you what, between him and Jamal Jack, Sayus comes out with one hand. And it was his right hand, which is the one that he didn't fall on earlier in the game. And that'll be interesting. Farinho skips around Uzo, and finally gets it away. Just another casual play for the Las Vegas Lights goalkeeper. Ochoa working on Ibusi. Banana splits aplenty, then the foul against Ibusi. And the crowd not liking the past two plays from the Cameroonian center back.
Good look at that big frame being utilized again, and gets one-on-one with Sammy Ochoa. Right here, you're already on the ground, continuing to play. Got to blow the whistle right there, and as it goes, just shoves Sammy Ochoa to the ground. Definitely one more, and you're going to end up in the back of the book.
Viva Lights is the chant here at Cashman, looking for perhaps a second goal before the halftime whistle. Alvarez and Freddie Adu standing over the free kick. Freddie Adu, it's a good ball in. Won by Toby Uzo, who's back for defensive responsibilities. A little bit of a miscue there. The shot fired in from Alatorre. Never got more than 5 or 6 yards, and it'll remain with Vegas. Header won by Schweitzer. Alvarez bringing it down for Christian Torres. Now it's Matt Thomas. Skirting around Robinson. Freddie Adu. Back for Torres. Good delivery in. Ochoa is there, but it just skirts over the crossbar. He's close. He's circling it.
All the chances we've seen in the first half have come from the Lights being able to move the ball around. They suck Colorado Springs in, spray it back out, and it stretches the Colorado Springs defense. Another good ball teased in by Las Vegas. Sammy Ochoa just knocking on the doorstep. Again, we talked about his opportunities and chances time and time again. Just feel like he's oh so close.
Good step from Alatorre. Ball in for Freddie Adu, maybe a bit too cute, trying to link up with Sammy Ochoa. Good hustle to try to force Jordan Burton in a negative fashion. Able to do so. This one clipped in, but Ricardo Farino to the rescue. And we're getting word we'll have 3 minutes of stoppage time here at Cashman at the end of the first half. Good work from Robinson. Vercoloni back for Robinson. Decent ball in, but a little bit too high for Toby Uzo, even at 6'4". If you're Las Vegas Lights, you have to be at least content with the first half performance. Up a goal and really dictating play. Ochoa back for Vercoloni. Always leaning back and always going over the bar.
Colorado Springs trying to get a last-ditch effort here at the end of the first half. Vercoloni not too menacing as he pushes forward here. Ochoa has been someone who's been a little bit more active than anybody else on the field. He and Toby Uzo trying to combine a few times. Vercoloni stepping up, but as you said, Tyler, just leaning in the wrong direction, leaning back, form off.
Freddie Adu just bouncing off of Pascal Ibusi. Raw strength on display. Good work from Alatorre, who has really put in a phenomenal 45 minutes here in the first half. And despite his physical limitations, he's been able to deal with the likes of Toby Uzo, Eje Ochoa, and Saeed Robinson, who have all been giving him problems, but only to an extent. Kobayashi. Forward for Matt Thomas. Can he keep it in play? The answer is yes. But he cannot keep the delivery in play.
The entire back line of Las Vegas has done a good job keeping their eyes open and just playing that zonal marking, possession-oriented defensive style. When you're challenging up against a 4-2-3-1, you get a lot of runs from the outside backs like Josh Suggs. Taylor Hunter has been a little bit quiet here, but you got to deal with Saeed, Ajekwa, Luke Verkelone. We've saw all those guys pushing numbers forward, but again, the four at the back have done a good job. They've stayed composed. See that the communication has been there and ever present in the first half. Problem for Vegas is that they haven't been able to have those collective efforts for a full 90 minutes in the past few matches, which is why we've seen the results that they've had. So as you said, just speak with El Chalis and Isidro, get into the locker room and reconvene yourself. Make sure you get enough liquids and come out in the second half nice and fresh, ready to go again.
Uzo fending off Alatorre. Finds its way out to Saeed Robinson. Somehow he goes for goal. But only finds the Plaza Hotel and Casino sign here at Cashman. Most likely the last kick of the first half. One by Vegas, maybe one last chance in store. Thomas. Skipping around Hunter. Thomas into the box. It'll fall for Huiki. Good work from Robinson to win it back, and Seus clearing it away, and that's enough for Farhad Dadko. And that's enough for the first half here at Cashman. Carlos Alvarez's goal in the 24th minute. Right now, proving to be the difference maker. Fourth goal of the season for Alvarez. Whether he was going for goal or not, we'll never know, but it found the back of the net. Devin Curry, your thoughts?
Good stuff by Las Vegas Lights. They came out and they were able to get things going for themselves early, but again, after the goal, kind of settled things down a little bit, started to dictate pace of play, but you don't want to let Colorado Springs get back into this match. Take advantage of the fact that their starting goalkeeper is struggling in. Test him. Have a couple shots from 20, 25 yards out. It's great that you've been outside knocking balls in. Now make him work for his money.
Vegas are halfway home to their first win since March 31st. It's been 2 months in the making, and if it stays this way, this is how it happened. Carlos Alvarez with a bending ball into a dangerous area. 1-0 to Las Vegas Lights FC as we head to halftime. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Las Vegas Lights take on the Phoenix Rising FC Wednesday, June 13th at 7:30 p.m.
Brought down, shot, ripped in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Lights soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes. A pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Hello, I'm Governor Brian Sandoval. There's a lot of confusion lately about health insurance. Nevada HealthLink can help you shop for and enroll in a plan that fits your needs and your budget. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com to review your options and enroll.
John Barr! John Barr! You can do it!
I got drive like I work with Uber. Yeah, cooking like curry, so respect the shoot. Your heart may harden the way I maneuver.
John. I'll do anything to sell you a car.
Zappos, our vow is to wow.
5-day returns.
All systems are a go here at Cashman as Las Vegas Lights FC have a 1-0 lead over Colorado Springs Switchbacks. These teams met about 2 weeks ago, and it was Colorado coming away with a 1-0 lead. Las Vegas trying to flip the script. Tyler Terrens along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr, Carlos Alvarez with the lone goal in the 24th minute thus far. And we'll take a look at some of the midweek results in the United Soccer League. Devin Kerr, Monarchs coming away with a huge win over Sacramento. That could be some sort of Western Conference playoff preview. Indy 11 and Charleston Battery. 6-goal split right down the middle. Pittsburgh Riverhounds finally find that fickle friend of defeat, Nashville SC, with the 1-0 lead. And how about the response from Phoenix Rising, coming away with a 3-1 win. Almost had the clean sheet. Seth Rudolph, though, moments after coming onto the game, finding the back of the net. Patrice Carteron at his side. Back to their winning ways.
Moments or milliseconds. Seth Rudolph came on, literally hadn't even finished his run and found the back of the net. Phoenix getting back on track, chasing the Real Monarchs. Bob Lillienko finally goes down. Somehow, shocking they didn't score. 0-0.
Well, if they were going to lose, it was going to be 1-0.
How about Suni Saad with another amazing free kick? He is becoming a set-piece specialist, to say the least. Chandler Hoffman able to get his 50th goal, joining the company of Dane Kelly, Jorge Herrera. Third person ever to do it. 3 guys getting 50 goals in the USL. Pretty positive.
Las Vegas Lights FC 1, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC 0. It's time for the breakdown.
Welcome to another episode of The Breakdown. This week I've handpicked some of my favorite plays from the week. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Back across to lose. Iwolo still loose. And how about?
This play from Iwolo starts here. You know, he wins the header, and that allows his striker to go through on goal. The commitment to win the header and then follow it through with the run and the support as well, because he could just stop. He could stop his run and expect the striker to score, but he follows it through. He doesn't take the best of first touches when it comes back to him, but he has the composure to take another touch and relax. So a cheeky double nutmeg to finish it off.
There, finds Perez. Perez with the back heel. It's there, and a goal! Joaquin Rivas!
This play is more about the assist. When he picks it up, it's very difficult because he has 2 defenders on him. He uses his awareness. His spatial awareness is fantastic. He tries to stay in the box as long as possible, and then the support run from Rivas is also tremendous. It looks an easy skill, but it's not. It's very difficult. And again, Rivas's finish on the weaker foot into the far corner. Again, it's a brilliant play.
Combine well with others. We saw him a few weeks ago with Fresno.
Oh, this is dangerous opportunity here. Strike, and we are equal.
This has to be one of my favorite plays from the week. When Lopez gets the better of his defender here, he sees the keeper coming out. His first touch actually takes him on a tight angle. And when you see this frame here, he knows he's got 3 defenders rushing back to goal. So that when he takes his strike, he knows that he has to put pace on it. Now, to put pace on it from that angle is a very difficult technique. I don't think if he had that moment again, he could do it any better. You know, it's a fantastic finish, perfect, with 3 defenders running back to goal. It has to be my favorite play of the week.
Mendez, good ball. Here's Zubak looking for number 3, and he scores!
The connected movement from Ethan Zubak and his fellow strike partner here is fantastic. You know, he comes to feet and he drags the defender with him, and then he uses his agility and his speed to get past the defender with just a simple movement, a simple step. Again, to have that partnership with your striker is something that's very strong, and it will hold him in good stead for the season. There's a reason why he's player of the week. Out of his 4 goals that he scored, that was my favorite, purely because of the movement and the tactical awareness from both of them.
When I saw Alex Mendez get the ball from an entry pass, I just knew I had to spin off, and when the ball came right to my feet on top of the box, I just decided to go for it and finish it.
I hope you've all enjoyed this week's episode of The Breakdown. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Back here in Vegas, baby. 1-0 lead for the home side. Carlos Alvarez, goal in the 24th minute. Colorado Springs, nothing to show for their effort in the first half, as we'll take a look at some of these scores from around the United Soccer League on this fantastic Saturday, June 2nd of 2018. A couple of big results, Devin Kerr. And one of them including a Fresno 4-0 drubbing over Seattle Sounders FC2, a side that was starving for points, much like the home side in this affair, able to find 3 points behind 4 goals. Reno, 2-1 win at Taft Stadium over OKC Energy FC. St. Louis, a big 2-0 win over Swope Park Rangers after a really lackluster performance against Phoenix, finding a win over the two-time reigning Western Conference champions. Los Dos continue to keep it rolling. It may not be 7 goals, but they're able to find one. San Antonio FC over T2, 2-1. Sacramento Republic and Orange County, that's a good one. That's currently going on halftime as well. What jumps off the page here, Mr. Devin?
T2 being knocked off their perch. They got the opening goal. We're out 1-0 and just couldn't close it out. You see San Antonio putting together a solid finish, coming back in that victory 2-1. And got to give credit to Ian Russell and Reno finding out ways to win, going on the road. They haven't lost on the road this season. 7 total appearances, 3 wins, 4 ties, and just done such a good job. He's such an in-game tactician, knows exactly what strings to pull, what personnel changes to make. Showed it on display again. They scored a goal early. OKC were able to tie it up, but final goal, get them out 2-1, get another 3 points on the road.
Truer words have never been spoken. Saturdays are for the boys. Vegas up 1-0. 45 minutes to go.
Jumbar! Jumbar! You can do it!
I got drive like I work with Uber. Yeah, cooking like curry, so respect the shoot. Your heart may harden the way I maneuver.
John. I'll do anything to sell you a car.
Some people said ice hockey didn't belong in the desert.
The Golden Knights win!
They said pro sports had no business in Nevada.
The Golden Knights keep on winning.
A record-breaking one.
And that building a fan base here was a long shot.
And fans can't get enough.
The Golden Knights happened because we brought people together and worked as a team. That's how you get things done.
Zappos are ballast to wow. 365-day returns.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Light Soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Lights FC is brought to you by NV Energy. Download the Lights FC mobile app phone today, powered by NV Energy. By your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. And by Findlay Toyota. We'll do anything to sell you a car. First 45 minutes, slightly in favor of the home side. The crowd certainly enjoying it, as that man is enjoying a beverage as well. Probably not his first, as Carlos Alvarez scored his first goal of this game in the 24th minute. And that's the difference between these two sides at the moment. And if you're just joining us, we'll give you an easy way out. First half highlights. And Devin, from the get-go, Las Vegas, a side that hasn't seen 3 points since March 31st, certainly didn't look like it.
Matt Thomas has been one on the left side of the pitch that's been pretty prevalent for Las Vegas, but now they've got Eric Avila, and he got out early, played a nice ball across. Saw some good ball movement. Here's a good look at the pace that he brings. It's an added dimension. Ball played across to Ochoa, trying to pick out the far post, but again, it was lacking that final finishing touch. Ochoa just hasn't really been able to get things going for himself, and it was a little bit tit for tat. It started to quiet down. Nothing really much to talk about. Good look at Abusi trying to find a header, use that big frame. Then slowly Ochoa got in on the act. He got in one-on-one with Sayos, and he does a good job pulling the ball back. But as he plays it back across, everything just collapses for him. Again, Sayos dealing with that injury. We saw that creep into the play. You're going to see it right now. Good ball played back, and Carlos Alvarez is going to try and knock the ball in. Looking for Owiki. Goes over his head. Sayos tries to get to the far post. You expect better out of the goalkeeper. Vegas jumps out in front.
So Carlos Alvarez gets his 4th goal of the season. Las Vegas go up 1-0, but take a look at Stuart Sayus after the play. We'll get one more look at it from this angle. Sayus injured, and we've only seen him really tested or called into action once since this play, and it was an awkward ball sent in, and he punches it away with his right fist. It was his left hand that was injured in that play. And we'll move a little bit further into the first half. Luke Bercoloni, patient play, finding a Jake who gets a shot off, but Devin, you probably think you maybe should have taken it first time.
Probably should have hit it first time. Now the ball pops up a little bit, but he's talented enough. Just lean your body across it, put your laces on the ball. The entire backside of the goal was wide open for him to jump on that. Unfortunately, he takes an extra touch, unnecessary extra touch. Marino makes an easy save of it.
Here are the halftime stats, which are brought to you by your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. Relatively even games so far. You would probably say that the onus is on Las Vegas to continue what was a slightly more dominant performance in the first half, but Colorado Springs have had some space to play when Las Vegas are turning the ball over.
Some opportunities, but even they shot themselves in the foot as well. Ajekwa had an opportunity where he was in one-on-one, decided to go to the back post, looking for Toby Uzo. Question his decision-making in the final third, right at the top of the 18. That's twice we saw him kind of go against the grain, but with Vegas, they've just been a little bit too one-dimensional for me. I know they're out in front, they've gotten the lead, but anytime we've seen them interchange in their play, overlapping runs, they looked extremely dangerous. Nice balls whipped in, able to crash in on that 6. When they get linear, that's when they get themselves in trouble, and Colorado Springs has been able to go the other direction.
Well, let me ask you this question. You said that they look one-dimensional. Farrell Chilis and his son Isidro Shentes, they said that they want to try to ride that line between being spectacular and being ridiculous. I'm not saying that this team is one-dimensional by any stretch of the imagination, and that's what they need to do, but could taking a step back from their normal, let's call them antics, could that be a way to find these 3 points that have been eluding them for more than 2 months?
The antics, yes, 100%. But there's a difference between antics and parlor tricks. Parlor tricks are simple things where it's just like, oh, look at this shiny object over here as this happens behind. It's much like magic, which is a great reference to make considering we're talking about Vegas. When you get Matt Thomas, everybody knows Matt Thomas has a great left foot. Everybody knows Matt Thomas has great speed. But Christian Torres has done a little bit of work out on the left side of the midfield as well. Why not use him in an overlapping scheme? Let Matt Thomas come inside. Then you've got the likes of Carlos Alvarez, Daigo Kobayashi waiting and waiting for a good ball to be played across. Move the ball the other way to Avila. So it gives you the opportunity to open up spacing without doing much work at all.
Second half is a go here at Cashman Field. Tyler Terrens along with former German pro Devin Kerr. So glad that you can join us on this Saturday night here in Sin City, as Las Vegas Lights looking to find 3 points. Haven't been able to do so since that match against Swope Park Rangers back on March 31st. Their last point came on May 5th. 0-4-3 in their last 7 matches, more than 2 months without a win. Could this be the night where that all changes? And perhaps they turn the page on their opening season and start to make a push for the playoffs. And Isidro made it very clear to us during the middle of the week, Devin, that this team is going to be in the postseason. He said, I don't know whether we're going to be the 1st seed, the 2nd seed, the 3rd seed, or the 8th seed. But he said, come early to mid-October, this team will be right there.
We've got a lot of work to do between now and then, and they just need some sort of regularity in these performances that they're dealing with. Again, they rode the wave of emotion too many times early on, and it's come back to bite them. Other teams figured out what was in the Kool-Aid and just stopped drinking it. Decided to step away from everything that was going on surrounding Las Vegas Lights. But make no mistake about it, they possess the talent, capability to do so. Just a little bit more restricted in their efforts.
Here's Freddie Adu! It's in for Las Vegas! It's a goal for Freddie Adu! Las Vegas Lights have doubled their delight! And it's the birthday boy, Freddie Adu, with a poacher's goal, 2-0 to the home side.
Freddie let the referee know that I did it. I got the touch on it. He just told him. Again, some questionable decision-making by the back line of Colorado Springs. Freddie Adu, right place, right time. We made that reference to Sammy Ochoa before. Ball gets flicked on. Sayus steps up into it, but doesn't come with a lot of authority. And 29 is going to be so defined. Great birthday present for Freddie Adu.
Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. That's certainly a moment that Freddie Adu won't forget, and he's had some big ones in his career that has started since the age of 14. And now a free kick on the other end for Colorado Springs. Work to do for Ricardo Ferrigno and company. Suggs and Schweitzer standing on top of it. And now the crowd serenading Freddie Adu with the happy birthday song. Suggs, good ball in. Can Hunter get there? Jousting with Huiki. And cleared the other way. So Freddie Adu on his 29th birthday, scoring his first goal in a Las Vegas Lights FC uniform. For Coloni. Hunter with a little bit too much mustard on that one. Saturdays at 8 a.m. Be sure to tune into the Las Vegas Soccer Hour on NBC Sports AM 920 or lvsportsnetwork.com, or on your preferred podcast platform by searching Las Vegas Soccer Hour. Foul's going to go against Las Vegas. Marcelo Alatorre, the culprit there. And after the second goal, we have seen Las Vegas take their foot off the gas for the past 2 minutes or so, surrendering a couple of set pieces, and when it's Josh Suggs standing on top of it, it's always a possibility for something magical to happen. 8 assists last season. Another encouraging ball in, and Ricardo Ferrigno is going to lead the charge the other way. Taken down. Big challenge in the middle of the field to try to help out Ricardo Ferrigno, who is trying to get back to his place of work. And it looks like it is going to be a yellow card for Matt Thomas. And if this is the first time you're seeing Lights FC in action, welcome to Cashman Field. Robinson still down. Matt Thomas, pretty much a sure thing going into the book of Farhad Dadko. And he knew exactly what he was doing with Ricardo Ferrigno hovering around midfield.
Why? I have to ask, Ricardo, what are you doing, man? Another really dangerous ball by Suggs. And Ferrigno deciding that he wants to get in. Just play the ball, let it go. Jamal Jack is going to win that battle 90% of the time. And so you never want to see a player get injured in a situation like this, but it is a smart decision by Matt Thomas. Colorado Springs could have easily gone the other direction, someone having a crack from 50 yards out, or just knocking a ball up and giving themselves an opportunity to put something on frame. These are the antics that we talked about that Vegas, although it's great for the fans, it's not what you want to see happen and put yourself behind the 8 ball.
Well, the theme of our conversation with Isidro Sanchez, as we've mentioned a couple of times on this broadcast so far, is riding the line between ridiculous and spectacular. I would say that that is probably the former. Ridiculous, 100%.
You're the goalkeeper. You've done a good job. You've kept a clean slate. They haven't been able to do that on a regular basis this year, if at all.
Only time was the 0-0 draw against the Real Monarchs when they went down a man early in the first half.
And Ferrigno was able to do a good job and make sure that he made the saves that he needed to in the first half. You're 7 minutes into the second half, up 2 goals. There's no reason for you to make a move like that whatsoever.
Well, despite the ridiculous play from Ricardo Forinho, Las Vegas Lights FC come away unscathed. Suggs in for Uzo. Vercoloni with a positive first touch, but how about that for last-ditch defending? Looked like it was Carlos Alvarez. We'll get another look in just a moment. Now a foul at the edge of the box. And actually going a bit Marco Jaime. Well, that's probably finding the back of the net, if not for a sensational challenge from Jaime.
Absolutely amazing last-ditch effort. Just sells out, throws his entire body in the way. Vercoloni does a good job bringing that ball back across his body. You could see Forinho was one-on-one, about 6 yards out of the goal. That most assuredly finds the back of the net. But then the foul happens. Now Colorado Springs in a very dangerous situation. Precarious for the Lights, to say the least.
Well, this has been the theme after the Freddie Adu goal. Right out of the gates in the second half. Set piece after set piece for Colorado Springs. At some point, something's got to give for Steve Tritchu's side. It'll be Suggs right into the wall. Not his best effort. Took an awkward sort of run up.
Josh Suggs knows it's a wasted opportunity. You can see his slapping hands in disgust. And sometimes when you get into situations like that, the emotion gets the best of you. Jordan Schweitzer in the right-footed opportunity standing over the ball. I think he might have been a little bit better suited from that angle, but obviously Josh Suggs so capable and talented from the dead ball situations. So he hasn't been able to really push forth the effort and score regularly. He has become a little bit of a set-piece specialist. This is so dangerous every single time he stands over the ball. And here's a good look, just doesn't approach it correctly. See him trying to go to the near post, but just puts it right into the wall. There's the savior, Marco Jaime, just moments ago, keeping Colorado Springs out, able to preserve the clean sheet.
A 23-year-old from Nevada. And they're calling for the stretcher. Corey Jeffries tending to the bullish center back, who's done extremely well tonight alongside Joel Buiki. As Carduno continues to be on the injury report week in and week out. And Christian Torres, you can see, motioning for a substitute for Marco Jaime. It's really unfortunate for Vegas, who have been so cohesive at the back. We'll get another look at how exactly we got to this point with regards to Marco Jaime. And you can see the reaction initially isn't exactly what you would think it would be for someone who's on the ground for that long, as he limps his way off the playing field here at Cashman.
Different situations that could have come into play there. Obviously the direct contact from the ball coming off his knee. Saw him land gingerly, awkwardly, kind of tweaked it a little bit. Also rubbing his hamstring.
Loose ball, Luke Vercoloni, blocked again. That's twice in about 2 minutes that Luke Vercoloni is at a what looked like clear look on goal. But Lights defenders have been lights out, sacrificing the body. And it looks like it's going to be Raul Mendiola making his debut for Las Vegas Lights FC. What about 100% sure it'll be for Jaime. Indeed it will, as he continues to receive medical attention on the bench. And Mendiola, who spent some time with the likes of LA Galaxy and LA Galaxy 2, onto the field for the first time. for Las Vegas Lights.
Frustrating end to that young man's night, but did a great job. Helped his team in so many different ways. Was integral going forward, but obviously defensively the duties were the task at hand. He did such a great job.
Busi's diving header clearance only as far as Alvarez. Avila, great ball over for Mendiola, who gets his first touch. Mendiola, good ball in, Ochoa! Long time coming for Sammy Ochoa. It's 3 for Las Vegas. Ochoa's first of the season and his first for Las Vegas. And the home side are running rampant here at Cashman. Well on their way to their first 3 points since March 31st.
Recent acquisition, Raul Mendiola making his presence felt right away. Good ball movement by Las Vegas. See the ball played up top. He just gets in behind and he's smart. Even though he's behind Suggs, still has plenty of space in front of him. Doesn't waste his opportunity. Brings it down, puts it on his foot, and just picks out Ochoa at the far post. We said his time was coming. Ochoa, time and time again, knows how to use his head, put himself in the right position, able to get his first goal of the year.
Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. And the monkey has officially left. Sammy Ochoa is back. How about the ball in from Raul Mendiola? Virtually his first touch for this team. I mean, this side, from a mental standpoint and philosophy standpoint, has tried to turn things around. That was clear in our conversation with Isidro midweek. They also made the personnel changes that they need to make, and now you're starting to see it pay dividends.
You can use this as a springboard to push forward and be a little bit better as the season goes on. And you said it, I was about to say Mendiola is going to be a great acquisition for them. That kid had a storied youth career with LA Galaxy coming up through their system. He's actually been Academy Player of the Year at the U16 level twice because he played up. So it gives you an idea of exactly what they were dealt.
Wiki up for it, Jamal Jack wins it, and a corner for Las Vegas Lights FC, who are not going to stop at 3. Still a half an hour left in this one. Goals from Alvarez, Adu, and Sammy Ochoa. The last two on that list, their first goals in a Lights uniform.
We spoke about the Lights getting out in front and being able to maintain that composure. Now you're out by 3. You cannot become complacent. So you still want to go forward and hold your game plan together, but also there's a lot of time left on this clock.
Avila, won by Jamal Jack. Wiki will try to bring it down. But it runs out of play, and a goal kick coming for Stuart Sayus. Still a couple of signings that we won't see for a little more than a month. Daniel Guzman Jr. and Rodrigo Inigo won't be available until July 10th, until the international transfer window opens. Zach Mathers was also signed this week. He had 11 goals in 24 appearances for Seattle Sounders 2 last year, so a lot of experience added to this Lights roster as the front office really starting to come together and figure out what it takes in order to succeed in this league. And while it's only one game against this Colorado Springs team, who have looked solid in their last 3 out of 4 games, albeit a slip up at Taft Stadium against OKC Energy FC, certainly moving in the right direction. And for Steve Tritchu's side, the struggles continue on the road as Ochoa trying to get free on the other end. Tried taking a shot and collided with Pascal Ibusi. Alvarez. Alatorre. Cut out by Taylor Hunter. Uzo elevates, and Avila will go back for Ferrino. And Devin, a lot of the focus has been on Las Vegas just because they've had a couple of guys who have scored their first goals. They haven't won since March 31st. But let's turn to Steve Tritchu's side for a moment. Struggles on the road. We talked about trying to disable those distractions and figure out a way to get a result on the road. Have you seen anything glaring from this side, or has it just sort of been a collective lackluster performance?
Bland from top to bottom, like you said. The most spirited movements we've seen have come from their center backs, and that's not something that you want to see, especially when it's in the defensive third. You know, let them get forward and try and get on the end of a loose ball or to a corner kick situation. But Steve Tritchu, again, you just run down his roster and you look at a Ochoa and Said Robinson. I mean, people would be lucky to have them. Have we called Said Robinson's name this game? I mean, no touches whatsoever. He just got his first goal last week in that 3-0 win as well for St. Louis. So I think him coming out a little bit, thought you'd see better from them this evening.
Well, we mentioned how Zach Mathers signed this week, and now he's going to make his Lights FC debut. And he will replace the birthday boy, Freddie Adu. Not sure if he blew the candles out before the game or if he'll do that after the game, but I have a feeling his wish was to get his first goal in a Lights FC uniform.
Nice makeshift side volley here from Freddie Adu, and Ochoa trying to win it. Schweitzer is actually the one who flicks it on. Just a bad bounce, frustrated with himself. You can see his head down in disgust. Freddie frustrated, he wanted to stay on, wanted to keep playing. See him having a few words with some of the tactical personnel on the sideline, but a good outing for Freddie Adu. It's what you expect out of him.
So Zach Mathers onto the scene, and Mathers is a guy who you and I were wildly impressed with last year, Devin. Guy was drafted out of Duke in the second round. I mean, he did a lot for a Seattle Sounders 2 team who struggled through the majority of 2017. But without him, it would have been an even more bleak season. And he has such an incredible technical capability on the ball. And I think he's going to add another dimension to this Lights FC team. And I think the fans here at Cashman are going to be very excited about what the former Blue Devil is going to bring to the table.
Staying on the birthday theme with regard to Freddie Adu, that's another present that they were able to pick up, and something that they're going to be happy when they unwrap it, because he gives you a totally different look. He's very similar to the Carlos Alvarez and Kobayashi. He likes to hold the ball and move it around, so a tactician in the middle of the field, but he's really quick, and he's someone who will fit right in with Las Vegas in dead ball situations. Isidro telling us how much they practice and the blackboard antics and this, that, and the other. Zach Mathers is a great set piece specialist.
Well, there's been about 2 substitutions in 2 minutes for Steve Tritchu. First it was Taesum Kim coming on for AJ Ochoa, who did have a couple of opportunities throughout this match, but really not his best performance. And it's Shane Malcolm replacing Toby Uzo. So 1 more substitution remaining for Steve Tritchu in this one, as Colorado Springs trying to find some sort of spark on the offensive side to maybe spark any sort of look of a comeback here, as Ricardo Farinho spills that and will surrender a corner to the visitors. Josh Suggs trotting over to go take the corner.
Ricardo Farinho needs to be careful. We've seen him step out of place a few times in the past. Currently sitting on 4 yellow cards. Don't want to pick up a 5th one for stupid antics in the middle of the game and have to sit out a suspension.
Suggs whips it in close to Farinho, who gets a touch to it. It's an automatic problem for the defense every time that Josh Suggs is on top of a free kick or a corner. This time it'll be an outswinger. Suggs again, skips all the way through. Dangerous look for Vegas, falls for Shane Malcolm. Getting stuck in is Kobayashi. Still with Malcolm. It's a heavy touch to say the least. And another corner kick coming up for the visitors. We're down 3-0. Goals from Carlos Alvarez, Freddie Adu, and Sammy Ochoa in that order. 2 of them coming here in the second half. And Raul Mendiola getting his first point for Las Vegas Lights FC on his debut and essentially on his first touch. Farinho again with a strong fist. Schweitzer with a good switch. Tae-Sung Kim, good skill to find Burt. Over the top for Vercoloni. You don't see it out of play. Another corner kick coming up for Colorado Springs. And Devin, I'll ask you quickly before it comes in. Any one big thing that stood out about Vegas that hasn't been there in the past 2 months when they got their last 3 points against Swope?
I'm going to say intensity, but there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you right after Josh Suggs swigs this ball in.
Suggs once more right at Ferreño, and he claims it.
The intensity has been there, but it's been calculated. And that's the most important thing, is you've seen so many times that the emotion has taken over the environment and it's taken over the play, and it's suffered from the performance for Vegas. This time, they haven't done that in a negative manner. They've used it to their ability and used it as a positive influence to push them onto the next goal, onto the next play. Time and time again here this evening, we've seen everybody having a collective effort put forth to kind of help on every situation that's been presented to them. Moments ago, you've seen Kobayashi stepping back, throwing his body in the mix, just knocking the ball out, giving themselves an opportunity to reset. Ricardo Ferreño has come in, made a couple good saves, kind of pulled his reins back a little bit instead of the ridiculousness we saw at the start of the second half. We haven't really seen Carlos Alvarez as much because he's holding a much more defensive line here in the second half, a little bit more of a holding midfielder role. You'd like to see him touch the ball a little bit more, but he's kept the spacing in the middle really well.
I'm sure that's a question that we'll have answered by Isidro next time we speak with him, but is Carlos Alvarez in more of a holding central midfielder role in a 6? Is that possibly the position of Alvarez's future?
You hope not. You hope not, but in the first half you saw that they played a diamond in the middle and they were interchanging a lot. Kobayashi up front, Alvarez again. You see him on the ball right now, but in the second half, Alvarez has been holding a little bit more with Kobayashi going forward. It's not really the end of the world. Because look, again, you're out 3-0 in the 70th minute. You want to make sure you can, first and foremost, preserve the win. Secondly, it'd be nice to keep a clean sheet and keep Colorado Springs off the board. Show that you can do it versus a good squad that is so offensively talented.
Just one clean sheet this season for Las Vegas Lights FC, and that was that bizarre game against the Real Monarchs where they suffered a red card inside of the first 25 minutes and ended up holding off the reigning Shield winners and arguably the most dynamic offensive team in the United Soccer League. Phoenix Rising still holds that honor of the most goals in the USL at the moment, but I mean, to be able to shut out the Real Monarchs in what was the christening of Zions Bank Stadium, mighty impressive, but only Las Vegas can do that.
You and I talked about that off camera, and we said that that may have been, I'll say may have been their best performance of the season. Like you said, going to Zions Bank, it's difficult. It's definitely not like Rio Tinto. You got to play the Real Monarchs. Sebastian Velasco is obviously such a big name for them. To be able to go down a man and still get a result, extremely impressive.
Suggs, another good ball in. Alvarez gets ahead to it, but he also caught a Ricardo Ferreño punch. The referee hasn't stopped play. It's a blatant head injury. Now Ferreño catches it in traffic, and Alvarez will receive the attention that he needs because he got absolutely clocked. Obviously inadvertent from his Conrad.
Unfortunately, one of those situations where Alvarez is going to be a little bit frustrated, but Ferreño just trying to do his job, does a good job coming out, comes with both fists of fury, able to connect with the ball, but also takes his player down on the back end of it, but catches him there, and just as he comes up, his boot, as he's falling, cleats just catch him on the back of the head. It's going to sting a little bit. Corey Jeffries is earning her money here this evening.
And then some. One of the leading goal scorers for Lights FC appears to be all right. So he trots off the field and will wait to be ushered back on by Farhad Dako. Ricardo Ferreño hanging on to that clean sheet. Tell you what, the all-pink kit from Ricardo Ferrigno, something to behold.
Is that a hint at a Christmas present for yourself?
I was more motioning for it should be a birthday present for me, so that's a lot closer than Christmas.
All good things come to those who wait.
I'm just saying July 23rd may be a date that you want to circle on your calendar.
You're probably going to be waiting for that kid for a while.
What's a while?
Past your birthday.
Another good ball in. It'll fall for Mendiola. Over for Alvarez. Back for Mendiola. Great touch, but blocked in front by Jamal Jack. And an acrobatic clearance from Josh Suggs. A couple of Cirque du Soleil scouts were spotted in the stands here at Cashman. Steve Tritchard might need to hang on to his outside back at the end of this game. Kim. In for Robinson. Huiki. Some work to do, but fouled from behind by Robinson. Vegas had a couple of chances on that last play, Devin. The ball in was great. I thought Ochoa might get there, but then Mendiola with some terrific skill.
Excellent combination play from Vegas once again. Carlos Alvarez looking like the Alvarez of old just 3 short minutes ago. Feeling a little bit better after that head injury. And Mendiola, I like that touch around Suggs. Suggs diving in. Shouldn't have left his feet in that situation. And the two of them, these little body charges on the back. Really impressed with Mendiola since he's come on.
Lights fans, on Saturday, June 16th, the Lights host Seattle Sounders FC2. Purchase your tickets at any La Bonita supermarket or visit lightsfc.com today. Robinson somehow comes away with it. And Matt Thomas can just see it out of play as Las Vegas Lights most certainly in the driver's seat with 15 minutes left in this one, plus stoppage time. Tyler Terrens along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr. Carlos Alvarez got us started in the 24th minute as far as the score sheet is concerned. And then it was Freddie Adu, the birthday boy, with his first goal for Las Vegas in the first few minutes of the second half. And then Sammy Ochoa, 11 games in the making, getting his first goal. And it was by way of a terrific ball from Raul Mendiola. Jamal Jack. Robinson could fall for Suggs. It's in for Colorado Springs. They have one back here at Cashman. Josh Suggs right on the doorstep. One of the easier goals he'll score in his career. And now it's just a 2-goal lead for Las Vegas.
A lot of times we'll see Josh Suggs, actually the player who's one swinging that ball in. This time he just creeps in behind the back post. Vegas not happy with the challenge that went in on Eric Avila. You can see him still down. Some movements by the referee and after school activities taking place here right outside the 18. His ball bounced in and you see Saeed Robinson getting to it. It just comes off the foot of Alatorre. Unfortunate, just bounces right into the path of Suggs, who was trying to make his way to the back post. Good job, right position, right place, right time, finishes it off.
Is that a foul in your book on Robinson?
No.
That's a firm no.
No, it's not a foul. And I'm the first person to step up in the center back position and say that something was wrong, but he's just using his body to his advantage. The two of them get tangled up a little bit, not a foul.
Mabin coming in and replacing the veteran Luke Vercoloni. No more substitutions remaining for Steve Trichu, although his side do have a goal back, and this one got a little bit more interesting. Avila leaking a little bit from his mouth area. You can actually see the blood on his hands as Corey Jeffries again called into action. Josh Suggs. Just a little tap in for the captain. He is in plenty of space, looking for a big switch. Handled by Christian Torres. With a clean sheet in the rearview mirror for Las Vegas Lights FC. Now it's a matter of holding on for the 3 points. Flicked along, cleared by Mendiola. Farhad Dako not interested in what was an apparent injury. Here's Schweitzer, he'll put it on frame, takes a deflection, and Ferrigno keeps it in play. And now some pushing and shoving between Alatorre and looks like Martin Mabin, who just entered this match. Farhad Dako desperately trying to restore order. And Alatorre has a massive gash on his face and is bleeding profusely. And I have to imagine that was the start of the dispute. And Martin Mabin, who just entered the field of play, has been shown a red card, while half of Alatorre's face is red. Bizarre sequence of events.
Steve Trichu going to be extremely frustrated. He just made the tactical move to bring Mabin on. Martin Mabin wasn't sure if he was going to make his way back over to the States, as he had gone over to Ireland to continue his career. But coming back to Colorado Springs, this is exactly what happens at times here at Cashman. The electricity just overtakes everything. We're going to get another look at exactly what went on between the two of them in the scuffle inside the 18. So the ball gets played to the back post. You can see right away the two of them behind Ricardo Ferrigno over his left shoulder start to go at it. And everybody right away turns around to get involved. Fortunate enough, head referee stepping into the middle, and right away you can notice everybody just a lot of tensions running rampant and wild. Mabin's shirt has been decimated, to say the least, in that upper corner. Again, we saw all the damage that was done to Alatorre's eye.
Well, Alatorre getting a round of applause here for his efforts tonight, and he has been an absolute warrior. That's even before the blood was shed. Had to step in at the center back position once Marco Jaime came off and Mendiola came on. And now we'll have to exit with what looked like a pretty deep gash on the side of his head after the scuffle with Martin Mabin. And Corey Jeffries just continues to tend to the wounded of this Las Vegas Lights side. Well, we knew their first 3 points since March 31st was going to come at a price, but maybe not exactly to this extent, as we'll get one more look.
You can see the two of them interchanging there, but something obviously went on before that play, as the two of them almost made a beeline for each other as the play progressed into the corner and Ferrigno had picked it up.
Foul called against Ochoa as we finally resume play. And that'll certainly add on to the stoppage time following the allocated 90 minutes. 3rd minute here at Cashman. And it's Juan Herrera. Moved to the United States from El Salvador at the age of 5. Coming on to replace Marcelo Alatorre. We just hope that Alatorre will be able to continue. And the good news for Las Vegas is that they have a bye week to sort of regroup, recuperate, and lick their wounds, quite literally, as their next match will be at Phoenix Rising.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention. Tonight's attendance, 5,712 Vegas strong fans. Thank you very much.
And the Lights head to Phoenix on Wednesday, June 13th at 7:30 p.m. to take on Didier Drogba and Phoenix Rising FC. Catch the action on MyLV TV. For more information, visit lightsfc.com. Phoenix Rising had the weekend off after a 3-1 victory over St. Louis FC during the middle of the week. And Patrice Cartron and his side are trying to restore the spirit. And after 3 sensational goals, all in their own right, one from the run of play from Chris Cortez, which was an absolute laser beam on the USL Game of the Week. Set piece from Solomon Asante and a magnificent team goal that finished with Jason Johnson. Able to come away with 3 points, and they will try their hand against this Las Vegas Lights team who, for all intents and purposes, will have their first 3 points since March 31st, barring a miraculous comeback from Colorado Springs, who are now down a man after Martin Mabin was sent off just a few moments ago. Ball did travel out of play. Colorado Springs scrambling to try to put the ball back in play and maybe find a second goal that'll really put the pressure on the home side. They're at a numerical disadvantage, though. Here's Taylor Hunter moving forward. Tae-Sung Kim. Shane Malcolm. The challenge from Mendiola ended up working. Lights fans, make sure that you join the Lights next Saturday, June 9th, for a pub crawl with fans, players, and coaches. Party at Gold Spike, the Mob Museum Speakeasy, and the Plaza Hotel Pool. $30 gets 3 drinks and a ticket to Lights versus Seattle Sounders FC2. For more information, go to lightsfc.com/crawl.
Should we go?
I don't see why not. Might finish past your curfew, though.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Gonna have to bring extra diapers for you.
Well, you're the one who said the other night that you have obligations.
Gotta grow up sometime.
Ibusi. Inch perfect ball over the top. Intended for Robinson, and actually looked like Matt Thomas got a slight deflection to it. So to remain with Colorado Springs. Wiki wins the header. Mathers helping out as well. Haven't really seen him on top of the ball, but in the final moments of this one, as it appears we are having some technical difficulties at the moment. But just for the moment, Kobayashi. Alvarez tried to slide it through to the onrushing Mathers. I'll tell you what, there's some players on this Las Vegas Lights F's team, a lot of them really fit what they're trying to do here at Cashman. Look at Ricardo Farino. Saw a brief glimpse of that when he made about a 50-yard run down the field with the ball at his feet. Joel Huiki. I have a feeling Zach Mathers, somebody personality-wise, who's also going to fit in here in Las Vegas.
Carries that emotion that we've referenced a few times here this evening, and as long as you can harness it in the appropriate direction, it's exactly what the lights are looking for. You see the things with Marty Mabin, Alatorre, and all those other guys. Jaime, it's not what you want to see in a game in general, and unfortunately it has become associated with some of the things that have gone on in Vegas. But again, if you can push that in a positive direction for you, just kind of pick and choose the times that when you want to exhibit it, definitely be beneficial.
Lights fans, join us after tonight's game and every home game at Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas, the official post-game party of Lights FC. And I assume the site of Freddie Adu's birthday party? Dick over the top, Alvarez, he's offside. And because Lights FC scored 3 goals tonight, if you are to attend the Plaza Hotel and Casino after party, you'll find that each player will receive a $100 bonus in Plaza Hotel and Casino chips.
Put it all on black.
I was just about to ask you,
Every single player.
Where are you heading with those $100 chips if you were a player?
You get your brothers together.
Yep.
Obviously referencing the entire squad. Have every player for a birthday present. Put it together. Put it on black. There you go.
Now, if they were on
literally house money.
So you got to look at Alatorre. Hopefully he'll be able to go for the Phoenix game. About a week and a half time, but you're 100% heading to roulette. As Josh Suggs sends this across, and it's helped along by Juan Herrera.
No, you could go play a hand of blackjack. The same thing.
One hand of blackjack.
Literally one hand. One hand. Got a good story about that in a sec.
In for Malcolm. Look at that from Kobayashi. So well done. Mendiola in for Ochoa. And Huiki slowing things down for Las Vegas Lights FC. That's something we say a whole lot on these broadcasts. There's Mathers, and the Oleos are out here at Cashman. Matt Thomas getting around Hunter. Matt Thomas into the area. Oh, that is absolutely spectacular. Matt Thomas leaving Taylor Hunter in the dust, and Las Vegas Lights officially leaving Colorado Springs in the dust. It's 4-1 to the home side, and it's 3 points that have been eluding this home side for almost 2 months.
Matt Thomas putting all of his technical capability on display, taking on the talented Taylor Hunter, beating him one-on-one, getting to the byline. And in almost every situation, you expect that ball to be played back across the box. Matt Thomas starting the birthday party celebration a little bit early for Freddie Adu. It's going to be 4 for Las Vegas.
And Lights goals, and there have been 4 of them tonight, are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas.
The way the night's going, don't put it on black, put it on green, 0-0. Still thinking about the bet.
You're out of control.
Still thinking about it.
Not gambling with you anytime soon.
Ever.
Wow. Schweitzer, Farino. 5 minutes of stoppage time here at Cashman. About halfway through. Cut out by Mendiola. Jordan Bird trying to curl it into the path of Josh Suggs. It's back to the drawing board for this Colorado Springs team. They, unlike Las Vegas, will have to play next weekend. They'll be home to the two-time reigning Western Conference champions, the Swope Park Rangers. Then they're at T2, hosting Fresno and hosting San Antonio. Following that T2 match, it's a 3-game homestand, but against some very quality opponents.
Make the argument those 5 games could be the most difficult schedule in the USL in that time frame.
Robinson denied by Ferreño initially. Well, let me ask you this question, Devin. Right now in the Western Conference, maybe not based on roster prior performances, but just form at the moment, who's the team you would least want to face west of the Mississippi?
Just on form alone?
On form alone.
So not talent, but form.
Form.
We're talking about practice.
No.
I gotta give it to Reno, to be honest. If you go by form,
wow.
They just did 9 in a row. They're finding ways to win. We talked about that for Vegas and what they can do. Reno has put together a succession of really impressive performances. I'm not saying they're the most talented team, but if you run through everybody they've beaten, they've done it in so many different ways. Talk about tonight, they got out early. Obviously their opponent was able to claw back into the game and then got a goal in the 70th minute, roughly, and they were able to hold on, track back a couple weeks, 3 goals in 6 minutes on the road at Papa Murphy's Park versus Sac Republic. Kind of mystifying that they go on the road and tie S2 out west, but it's not easy in Tacoma sometimes. And then you just take a look at all the work that they've put in, start to finish. They put together some really solid performances, and they've moved their way back into playoff contention.
Well, speaking of solid performances, Las Vegas Lights FC put in 1 and then some tonight, and they finally have 3 points, their first since March 31st. 4 different goal scorers for Las Vegas Lights FC. Freddie Adu, the birthday boy, one of those contributors, as was Carlos Alvarez, Sammy Ochoa, and Matt Thomas. A 4-1 victory for Lights FC. Colorado Springs Switchbacks didn't have nearly enough in the bag to be able to handle the Lights, who were desperate for 3 points. Were finally able to feast on the opposition and are back in the win column for the first time in over 2 months. It was a battle here at Cashman, and the battle was won by the home side. Lights FC 4, Colorado Springs 1. We'll be back in a moment with postgame.
Las Vegas Lights take on the Phoenix Rising FC Wednesday, June 13th at 7:30 p.m.
Brought down, shot, ripped in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
Some people said ice hockey didn't belong in the desert.
The Golden Knights win!
They said pro sports had no business in Nevada.
The Golden Knights keep on winning.
A record-breaking one.
And that building a fan base here was a long shot.
And fans can't get enough.
The Golden Knights happened because we brought people together and worked as a team. That's how you get things done.
3 months of unlimited data? This is amazing.
Yep. Others talk about their network. We let you try ours for free. That's peace of mind.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.
At Metro PCS, we're so sure you'll love our network, we're letting you try it for free.
I just got 2 free months.
Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 months of unlimited data free on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Try us, love us, get peace of mind. Metro PCS, wireless, figured out.
Guys, basketball's a way of life. A game that puts you to the test. Your teammates depend on you. And you got their back.
We got next. Findlay Toyota's got your back. From purchasing your first car to servicing your existing one. We're the team that you want on your side. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the catching the ball. Yeah.
Full time here at Cashman Field. There's the man of the match, the man of the day, and the birthday boy, Freddie Adu, who was able to score the second goal for Las Vegas Lights FC and really get the home side off and running in the second 45 minutes. 3 goals in the second half for Isidro Sanchez's side, and we'll take a look at the full-time highlights here from Cashman. Tyler Terrence, along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr. This is what got us started. Carlos Alvarez just whipping it into that corridor of uncertainty. Uncertain was Stuart Sayus, and he paid the piper.
Colorado Springs was out early on. They started to push the envelope a little bit, and Las Vegas started to counter it. Carlos Alvarez did a good job. Saw him very active in the first half, a little bit more defensive-minded in the second. Freddie Adu said, hey, it's my birthday. I can score if I want to. Good finish by him. Unfortunately, we go off just moments later, and then there he is. Super Sammy finally getting his goal, breaking the deadlock on his Las Vegas Lights career. Gonna go along with his assist, and things started to get a little bit ugly at the end of the second half, and saw the elbow there. They were able to crawl back in. Suggs was able to grab the goal, and then it got a little bit frisky between a couple of the players, but nonetheless, Las Vegas Lights were able to persevere through all of it, put 4 in the back of the net, able to get 3 points and get away from that losing streak that we talked about. Got to give them credit.
Josh Suggs pulling one back for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, and a little bit of a controversial play there as Robinson caught Avila on that play, and then this was the friskiness that Devin was referring to.
Something definitely went on before this coming into the camera angle. Alatorre extremely upset with Marty Mabin. And you see them tangle up a little bit in the box. Mabin gets his shirt wrecked, but something went on behind for sure, as you saw the absolute gash that went on. Our girl Corey Jeffries, very active here this evening. Our supporting cast, multiple nurses getting involved. Actually saw him being tended to on the sideline, so not carted out, but they did treat him. And how about Matt Thomas, able to close the win out. Good job, individual effort. Just able to find the back of the net. Las Vegas getting back to their winning efforts. Got away from their antics. And a great birthday present for Freddie Adu.
And as we mentioned before, Plaza Hotel and Casino, because Las Vegas Lights FC scored 3 or more goals, getting their 100 poker chips, or $100 worth of poker chips from the Plaza Hotel and Casino. And you see the one big chip that Freddie Adu has. And if he's going to listen back to the game tonight and listen to Devin Kerr, he's going to put it all on black with his teammates. Happy birthday to that fan and to Freddie Adu, who scored his first goal in Lights FC uniform. Terrific night for the home side. Same can't be said for the away side, as Steve Tritchio and his team will be back next weekend against Swope Park Rangers. Las Vegas Lights have a bye week. They'll be taking on Phoenix on the road next time out. For our entire crew and my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr, I'm Tyler Terrence saying so long for now. Lights FC 4, Colorado Springs 1. We'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.